PSG Asset Management way is essentially the philosophy that we adopt in terms of when we're managing client assets. It's a very simple principle. We want to act as the best possible custodians of our clients' assets. We always want to put the clients first and act in their best interests. We have some guidelines that we use in terms of how to make sure we can achieve that objective. We always want to take a long-term approach. That's the first and the most important thing. The second is that we always want to be prudent when we deploy client assets. And when we talk about prudence, we mean we want to be buying securities with a large margin of safety, a sufficient margin of safety. And thirdly, we want to do our own homework. We want to have a very strong culture of research to make sure that we can ask the right questions of any security that we're investing in to understand that margin of safety and to get the odds in our favor that we're going to get favorable outcomes over the long term for our clients and the investors in the funds. And when we're exploiting this type of philosophy, the stewardship approach, there's certain things that we do consistently over time which we think get the odds in our favor. The first is we like to go into areas where there's the greatest chance of finding mispriced securities. Those are areas where there's often fear or uncertainty, and typically prices are low, expectations are low in those areas, and we call them uncrowded areas. There are fewer people looking in that space because there's often concerns surrounding those securities or that asset class. And we are naturally attracted in that area because often in that scenario, prices are low, expectations are low, and the chances of finding mispriced securities is much higher. The second is that we typically take that longer term approach we talked about. We're often very patient. We will take that a longer view. If we find securities that meet our hurdle rates and with large margins of safety, we'll deploy client assets. If we don't, we will sit in cash. So we're trying to do our own homework. We're looking in areas where there's the best chance of mispriced securities, and we're taking a longer term approach.